Welcome to how to preserve microworms. Microworms are a great choice for first feed for fries. One culture can last you a lifetime. It's very easy to maintain and very cost effective. In this video I'll show you how I preserve my microworms if I no longer have any fry to feed it. The first thing you will need is something to harvest the microworms with. You can either use a Q-tip or a chemical dropper to harvest the worms. You will need something small to place the microworms into. A small ashtray is ideal, but I am using 4 plastic shot glasses. You will also need some water. Let's start with the first culture. As you can see, there were a lot of microworms on the lid of the culture. They're also covered on the side of the culture. Microworms breathe air and will come up on the side of the container to breathe air. That's why the container has few holes at the top of the container. I will use the chemical dropper to place some water into one of the containers. Not a lot of water is needed, as the microworms will freeze together and create a solid. Using the chemical dropper, scroll it and collect the worms from the side of the container. Make sure to get it from the lid as well. Make sure to get as much worm as you can in each container. As you can see, there is not a lot of water in the container. Majority of the capacity is microworms. Lid 2, as you can see, has a lot of microworms on the lid, so I will use the chemical dropper yet again to scrape the worms from the lid and into a new container. I repeat, make sure there is twice as much microworms as liquid in the container. You only need the water to fuse the microworms together. I have had my culture for months, going to almost a year. It's very handy to have when dealing with fries. You can have a never-ending supply of worms. Accident will happen. The reason why I have come up with this technique is because at the moment I do not have any fry which will take microworm, so I have come up with a idea of preserving the worms so I can feed at a later day when I have some more fries. It's also good to feed corridors, um, bottom dwellers. They will still eat the microworms as they sift through the sand or substrate you have. I just about to have all containers filled with microworms. Just the last pot, and they should all be filled. Now that all pots are filled, you can have a better look. The thickness of the content in the containers are very thick. As I said, you need limited amount of water in the containers. This right here is my white worm collection. The culture has not kicked off yet, so I haven't yet to feed any of my fries microworms, white worms. So what I'm gonna do now is place those in the fridge. Here I have a piece of culture which has been in the fridge, the freezer, for a couple of hours. It takes about half an hour to get rock solid. What you need to do, the same as you do bloodworms, you need to just melt. You need to just get the liquid, get some warm water around the container to release the content from the container. My tetras will go for the microworms, but only when they're packed together, as you can see that diamond tetra just did. But the tetras are not my main priority when I'm feeding the microworms. It's the bottom dwellers which will eat microworms as they go around sieving through the sand. This gold gourami is making no haste in getting the microworms down. He wastes no time thus scooping them up in his mouth. After a little while, the worms will fall to the floor. And the corridors, bottom dwellers, will make no time of going over the floor, sieving each worms up